Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday. I am a very tired, physically tired host for your show tonight. Stuart Davis, flawed man of God, humble parishioner at a small church just outside of Richmond, Virginia. Not a pastor, not a biblical scholar. I haven't been to seminary. I'm not trying to get you to join my church or donate to any special cause. What I'm here to do is talk about God, talk about Jesus, talk about the Holy Spirit, talk about the Bible, talk about Christianity, talk about a wide variety of different topics, topics, issues, and current events, and give you my perspective on them, one that I think is reflective of your average Christian guy. I've been a Christian all my life, 41 years non-denominational Protestant. I don't subscribe to any particular doctrine or denomination. I'm just in the Word daily, trying to do it better each and every day. Sometimes I'll get it right, often I'll get it wrong, but no matter what, if you're listening to this show, if you're catching my voice on this stream, you can count on getting my honest takes on whatever it is that we're discussing. So if you are somebody who is exploring Christianity, you are not a believer but you want to be, or you're interested in being, you feel like there's something missing in your life, you feel like there's a purpose there that's not realized, and there's an emptiness inside you. Maybe there's a voice in the back of your mind wondering if there's more to your existence than just your life here on earth. Well, welcome to the show. I'll give you a quick spoiler alert. It's Jesus. If you're reaching out for Christianity, you're doing the right thing. So, look, even if you don't like this show, find a way, find a path to God. Find a path to God from somewhere. Maybe it's another streamer. Maybe just go to church. Maybe play. So, anyway, for you folks, I know it's confusing out there. If you're looking for for information on faith, if you're looking for just something, because there's a lot of conflicting sources out there. There's YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. Doesn't matter. Everybody's given their own spin on it, like they know what they're doing. You see professional, scripted, produced content, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like it's coming from the heart. It doesn't feel like it's coming from the soul. There are some of you out there who might believe that going to church and listening to the pastor is you're just giving in to the guy who's paid to do it. That's just his job. Of course, he's trying to get you to believe and join, because that's his livelihood depends on it. That's not exactly how that works, but I can understand as an outsider how you might feel that way. And we're not gonna mince words. There have been people who have taken advantage of that. There's bad actors everywhere. And anytime you see goodness, you will see evil trying to bring it down. And you will find weak people to exploit. So I understand. So maybe instead of listening to it from the pulpit, you want to catch it from somebody who's sitting in the pew next to you. Somebody who's been in it for a while, who can say, hey, I've been a Christian a long time. Been doing this Christian thing for a while. Right? And I can tell you what it means to me, what it's done for me, and why it's important, why it is holy, why it is the way for you. And we do it in a very relaxed, informal environment. So come join us. If you are already a Christian and you just enjoy Christian topics and discussions, welcome as well. We run this very similar to a Wednesday night study group or a Sunday school. We are all about the small group and the community, and talking together about God. And like I said, informal, relaxed, comfortable setting. It's great. It's great. And you can be part of it. Be part of the crew. Be part of the crew. So if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're getting out of this, like the episode. If you want to see more of it, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And if you want to be notified when we stream, because normally we stream a little bit earlier, about a half hour earlier at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the notification bell. Do those things. That's a good way to support the channel. If you want to support the channel, just tell other people about it. I'm not looking for money. Not looking for money at all. So, how to be in part of the chat? What do you do? Just talk. Just talk. We got a great group of folks who are in here night in and night out, and you can be right there with them. Tell me what you agree with or disagree with. What do you think is? Where do you think I'm right and where do you think I'm wrong? What insights and experience, what perspectives are you bringing that maybe we haven't considered? Ask questions. Just tell your opinion. All right? I promise you, you make this show better. All right, so let's get going. Dresden first, Nico second, Veritax third with the saying, the difference between theology and philosophy is what you know. I don't know how to break that down, so I don't know what to make of that. Nico says late and gate. Yeah, I was. So yesterday was Memorial Day. Didn't stream. Today we had makeup softball games, but we had early games, so I figured we would be home. I would be home if I could start the stream late enough. So it's hot outside, and I had just getting out of the shower right before I got out of the shower, right after tucking my kids in and hurried up here. So I am trying to cool off some more. So the normally present hat, which is right here intact, nothing's happened to it. It'll be back tomorrow when I stream, but I don't want to sweat into it, even though I've just taken a shower. I don't want to get it wet, and I kind of just want some. I just want some air up here, guys, and to let you guys know, I do have hair. I do have hair. I'm not a bald guy. It's weird bald guys. Just kidding. To any baldies out there. Gemini tardy and metrosexual. I'm here though. So Alias says, I know enough to know I don't know enough. That's a good perspective to have. Alex Moore says, it's Bible time. What's the time? Bible time. That's from Always Sunny. Jenny ELJ is hello. Alex Moore said, tired from fantasy sports? No, actually tired from real sports. Real sports. Blaine said, on my way home, and the waifu called about our sub panel not having power and all the breakers are in the on position. I could use prayers for patience. I will pray for patience, but I'll also pray for power. How about that? And that'll help. Hope to see you streaming tonight, Blaine. We've been without you for long enough. The Carl you know and love, hello. Alex says, I have to go say a prayer with more. Mom, I will include you, Blaine. That's what I love about this. People bring put your troubles on the table. Put your troubles on the table and move through. And let us all be there with you. And just put it out there so that you're ready to give it over to God. Jenny sending virtual prayers. Wait, the CRU? When did Stu join the crusade? What are you talking about, CRU? 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 I have not started crusading yet. Pope got me excited yesterday, but I am not converting to Catholicism, and I'm not crusading yet. Thad said, God, smite my tablet. I looked up the passage on, put it on the side of the power button. Are you asking God to smite your tablet? Are you telling us that God smote your tablet? Request or telling a story? Veritex said, at least you have hair, unlike Tim Pool and his beanie. Yeah, well, I've also got height, too. I'm not manlet. Geminier said, leave Beanie Boy alone. In the words of King Neptune, it's thinning. Veritex said, you are tied to the grid with solar wind power and the power goes out in the neighborhood. If you are tied into the grid, Your system goes down too? Yeah, because I think it goes through the, well, I think you have to bypass. I don't know. I don't have solar or wind. I live surrounded by trees everywhere. So I can't even get a satellite signal at my house. So CRU is the new name for the formerly well-known Campus Crusade for Christ. Oh, yeah, I didn't know. Jim Neer said Pope Smithies with a few more gamer words to avoid the free helicopter ride. Yeah, it's a beginning. Baby steps, Geminier. That's a big house that needs a lot of cleaning. Again, we love our brothers and sisters in the Roman Catholicism. We don't agree with everything they say, but they love Jesus. They love Jesus. Pope needs to clean up Catholic Instagram right now because they have got the worst reels. Every time I see one, it's awful. It is awful. Just terrible apologetics. I don't mind good apologetics that make you stop, make you think, make you have to look stuff up. But this is just bad apologetics. Cecil, help, Cecil. Or help, Cecil, help. I'm coming, Beanie Boy. Blaine said, my solar is just in the off-grid shed. Is that where you type your manifestos, Blaine? All right, so hopefully you guys had a good weekend. When we last talked, we touched on a little bit about my friend Nick Ricada. Other stuff is going on. Lots of people have their opinions, but here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. This is what you're going to get out of the show. He needs help, and we need to pray for him. It starts and ends there. Due process should be done, and let it go from there. We hope the best from him. And I know that a lot of you guys are fans or former fans, but let him get help and let him. We all need redemption for our sins and the things that we have done wrong. So, yes, smiting is not a good idea. Then I won't have a tablet. That's right. If God smites your tablet, it's probably not going to be in usable condition. Veritex said, yeah, a lot of their stuff showing up. He's talking about Crew, maybe, or Catholic Instagram. A lot of stuff showing up on YouTube, CR, apologetics, and they often don't even open or quote the Bible at all and act like their opinion is somehow convincing. Yeah. Just so mean. And a lot of them, there's a big divide among a lot of things. The perception or the reality of the positions that each have on Mary, who she is, and what her place is among the heavenly host, for lack of a better word, or lack of a better way of putting it. There is iconography. There is the Eucharist. There is Sola Scriptura, which many Catholics, let me back up. Many of Catholic Instagram doesn't understand. And then a lot of it is, we gave you the Bible. It's like back when when the Catholic Church was the early church, and they called themselves Catholic because that's the word for the universal Christian faith. All of them. That's where the roots for everything come from. Just because they were doing it then doesn't mean that that the one 1,500 years later was the same and still doing the same things. There was splits because there was malfeasance. There was a lack of accountability, which there still exists. But here's the problem. It still exists in all the denominations that split. We lack accountability because we're so busy, and this is what I see. We're so busy pointing the fingers at other denominations instead of cleaning up our own. And yeah, some of it is warranted. The Methodist Church and their recent, the Episcopalian Church. If you haven't seen it yet, they're unveiling their new Pride logo, which has got the Pride flag on it, the trans flag as on it, all part of the Episcopal shield that you see in their logo. The Evangelical Lutheran Church of America, the ELCA. These are wacky denominations that have gone so far off the deep end. They've passed those guardrails that we set and be like, look, you exist. We disagree on which lane is precisely the right lane, but we know you can't go this far, because out there past the guardrails, you've got Jehovah's Witnesses, you've got Mormons, and the Methodists, you've got ELCA, you've got some Pentecostals. It's weird. And you'll find some of our brothers and sisters, even in the denominations, just doing whatever the hell they want to. We have to hold each other accountable. I'll pick on them all day, Alex. We believe in the Trinity on this show. Unapologetically, the Trinity exists. Blaine says God's process is greater than due process. True. However, if you look in Leviticus, or if you look in the Pentateuch, you will see that God gave us due process. God instructed us to give each other due process. Maybe he knows we're quick to jump to conclusions. There we go, Veritex echoing me. Or I'm echoing him. Do better if I said it or if he typed it in first. That said, I'm disgusted that law tubers are grifting off of him. Everybody's going to be grifting off of him. Lots of people. There's money to be made. There's sharks swimming around. And to be honest, I don't know if the roles were reversed, if Nick wouldn't be doing the same. Don't know. Reading a 4-page document in a multi-hour stream. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's not what this channel is about. This channel is about helping people and talking about God. Veritex said they have 7 sacraments: the Eucharist, baptism, reconciliation, anointing of the sick, confirmation, marriage, priestly orders. And some of those we get a lot of that stuff we can get behind. Do we think communion is necessary? Yes. We think that the communion is a integral part of our worship. Same thing with baptism, integral part of our faith. Marriage, which is funny because marriage is a sacrament, but they also have required their priests to be celibate. But I'm not getting into their dogma. I'm not getting into their rules. So, but I will pick on the Jehovah's Witnesses all day. Veritex said I had 2 Mormon women show up at my door. Oh, that's why you were sharing this. 2 Mormon women. Mormon women? Really? I didn't know they were allowed that. Showed up at my door wanting to know if I wanted to hear about Jesus. I took 2 seconds and decided there's nothing good about this situation, and said goodbye and went back outside. We're back inside. You're a better man than me. Again, Mormons, Jehovah's Witness, do not believe in the Trinity. They believe that Jesus was a man, just a man. And that we can all, and that he and Satan were brothers, and that we can all be Jesus. That's some weird beliefs there. Even if you are a theistic determinist, the process comes due in God's time. I like that. Thad said, I hope that there are enough problems with the arrest to force the prosecutors to give Nick a deal, rehab, diversion, no jail time. 25 years in jail does not do anyone any good. First offense, I don't think he's getting 25, but I'm not a legal expert by any means. But, I think I don't know. I don't know law enough to say things, but I think that if there's an addiction, go into rehab. If you're in the wrong, show contrition, do your time, take your lumps, come back on the other side, and be an example for all of us who can see that when we slip and we fall, we can get back up and with by the grace of God, continue on. Alex Moore says, yes, we have Mormon women traveling here too. Very easy to spot the backpacks. Do they just see, like, I could see the guys, right? They're always on bicycles. They wear a white button-down shirt. Usually it's in the summer, so it's always a t-shirt, button-down white t-shirt, and black pants. So, I mean, you can see them coming. And it used to be like the in rural neighborhood area on the dirt road, everybody would call each other, be like, "Hey, so and so just Jehovah's Witness just or the Mormons just visited so and so's house," and so everybody's like, "Don't answer the door, just don't answer the door." I remember my mom telling me to go in my room, be quiet. You get more political doorbells than anyone. I don't right now, thankfully. Gemini said, "Don't get me started on politics. I've been seeing so many Brandon Herrera smear commercials for these past few weeks." There's a name that's always good to hear, Brandon Herrera. So, all right. Libertarians raging because they nominated an Antifa-loving communist for president is humorous. Lawbertarians are going to be lawbertarians. All right, let's get into it. 25 minutes in, I do want to speed this along tonight. I'm not one normally for pushing along, and we'll see how long this takes. But let me cut through a lot of our side chatter. Let's focus in on what's important, what we're all really here for, and that is for God's word. We have been going through Proverbs, and Proverbs, different from Psalms, it's not as flowery, but daggone it, does it not hit with some knowledge? Think Solomon was wise? You think this was a man who might have been blessed by God? Proverbs. Proverbs is the proof. So let's talk tonight. Proverbs 4, Amplified Bible translation, because I love it. It's my new favorite translation. Long time new NIV reader, and I have converted over to Amplified. I love the contextualization behind it in the translation. Alex said, "Yes, reading time. I'm going to make coffee." What the heck? What the heck? Veritax. When I was first saved, I was told to read one proverb a day, then Ecclesiastes, then back, while doing one chapter a day in other books. I like that. As long as it is not the modern one. Well, I mean, I've got a classic version, a classic edition amplified, but this one's great. I don't know. It's got brackets. I like the brackets. Gemini. It's a man after my own heart. Even though I can't, it's too hot right now for hot chocolate, but I don't like coffee. But I will destroy some hot chocolate. Those your amplified use tubes. Tubeless, and no strings attached. Only strings point to the Father. All right, chapter 4, a father's instruction. Hear, O children, the instruction of a father, and pay attention and be willing to learn, so that you may gain understanding and intelligent discernment. Again, we see this come up. We see this discussed. Listen to me. And he's referring, as a child listens to a father. Child listens to a father. Pay attention, be willing to learn, open your ears, and listen, so that you may gain understanding. Do away. What was that? I have covered. If I have connectivity issues, I've been having internet issues today. Oh, new NIV. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Everybody, am I coming in okay? It flickered for a second. I'll wait. I'll wait before I go any further. Okay, seems good to me. I'll believe Gemini even though I shouldn't. Alias, give me the thumbs up. There we go. All right. Understanding and intelligent discernment. We've talked on this before. It's all going in hand. Wisdom, intelligence, discernment. This is all things to know and how to apply it and putting it together and making wise decisions and drawing wise conclusions. For I give you good doctrine. Do not turn away from my instruction. Listen here. When I was a son with my father, David, tender and the only son in the sight of my mother, Bathsheba, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get skillful in godly wisdom. Acquire understanding. Actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not turn away from her, wisdom, and she will guard and protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. Stay focused. Stay on track. Understand constantly. It's a constant battle. It's a constant battle each day, each time that we are faced with a small decision or a small issue or big issues. Small things can turn into big things. Big things can affect little things and can be affected by little things. Things are important as we see the world that God has created. A world that's so intricate. It works on the molecular level. Little things. It's never too small of a thing to consider wisdom. And that's what we talk about. Dad, King David at the time, when I was a wee lad, is what he's saying, said, hey, look, listen to what I have to say to you. Keep my commandments, and his commandments are God's commandments. Keep my commandments and live, which is what God instructed them. What God had told David, what God had told Joshua, what God had told Moses, what God had told Jacob, God had told Abraham. But mostly from Moses and the Exodus out and the establishment of Israel. Listen, these are your rules. These are your rules. Easy peasy. It's not really, but considering what our current legal code, it's very easy. Very simple, very direct. Do this and you'll be all right. And if you screw up, here's how you make amends. And if you can't afford the means to make amends, we have set up safety nets to help you make amends. This is all before Christ. God already has it all set up. Keep my commandments and live. Get skillful in godly wisdom, because acquire understanding. I feel like what is simple man, but it's not my mama told me. King David told me when I was young. Get wisdom, acquire understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. And Veritax is saying over there, it reminds him of an Aaron Jeffrey song. He is. Do not turn away from wisdom. She will guard and protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. There you go. And it's an easy thing to say because it's an easy thing to understand. The application of it is what is difficult. Because we get because it's hard, because our emotions are up. We're in the moment, we're distracted, or we get complacent and we forget and we screw up. God has got our backs because he knows that. He didn't make gods. He made us people. All the imperfections that come with it. The beginning of wisdom is get skillful and godly wisdom. It is preeminent. And with all you're acquiring, get understanding. Actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. Prize wisdom and exalt her, and she will exalt you. She will honor you if you embrace her. She will place on your head a garland of grace. She will present you with a crown of beauty and glory. Very similar. Seems like he's just repeating what we saw. 7 through 9 is very much 4 through 6. Repeated, kind of the same, but a little bit differently. But you repeat it. Repeat it. Why? We see it in Psalms. Repetition, repetition, repetition. You have to understand it. And I will explain it in similar ways and in different ways so that you have the opportunity to pick it up and figure it out. One of these days, God's like, right, shaking us. One of these days, you're going to figure this out. Wisdom is a companion. So he gives Solomon, who loves the ladies. Solomon, who loves the ladies, is talking about uses, I guess, a woman as a description of wisdom, as a companion for us, who's got someone who's got our back, someone who can protect us, someone who can lead us. Wisdom. Hear my son and accept my sayings, and the years of your life will be many. I've instructed you in the ways of skillful and godly wisdom. I have led you in upright paths. When you walk, your steps will not be impeded, for your path will be clear and open. And when you run, you will not stumble. Take hold of instruction. Actively seek it. Grip it firmly and do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked. Do not go the way of evil men. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away from it and pass on. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Are we still in Proverbs or did we drift back into Psalms? But the path of the just, the righteous, is like the light of dawn. That shines brighter and brighter until it reaches its full strength and glory in the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. and they do not know over what they stumble. A lot that we just reviewed there. But let's start. Except my sayings, years of your life will be many. What is wise? What is wise? We talk about things that'll keep you, stay in shape, right? It's wise to stay in shape for many reasons. It makes you feel you feel better. You tend to live longer. You can participate more in things. You won't be like me, overtired. I am so out of shape, guys. I got to get myself in shape. When you walk, or it's like I've instructed you is in the way of wisdom, and I've let things that I've taught you. I'm gonna talk a little bit about me talking to my son and a struggle that he's gone with. I'm not going to go into the details behind it, but how we approached it. I've told you what you've needed to do to address the problem that you're having. It's a problem you've been dealing with for a long time. It's one that you know you have, we know you have, and we've been working on it. When you walk, your steps will not impeded because your path will be clear and open. When you focus and when you understand and when you keep that in mind, that this is my struggle, this is my issue, this is what I need to be wary of. That's wisdom leading you. It's God, it's the Holy Spirit, right? This wisdom is a gift from them. And when you run, you will not stumble. Take hold of instruction, just actively seek it, grip it firmly, and do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Wisdom can get you out of trouble. Wisdom can keep you from getting into trouble in the first place. Wisdom can save your life. Ignoring wisdom can cost you your life. But then here it is. This is not just about your physical well-being, whether you're in shape or you've got good genes and you just take care of yourself for the most part, or you're eating right or you're doing whatever this. We're not talking about that kind of wisdom. We're talking about the kind of wisdom that will keep your soul intact. Because this is where it follows. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not go the way of evil men. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away and pass it on. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. I told my son, you've got problems when you think that kids are coming at you. You think kids are picking at you. Those kids, avoid them. If you're doing the right thing, there is nothing that a bad person likes more, or a person doing a bad thing loves more than to pull that person down because they don't like being reminded that they are doing the wrong thing. That's why they want to shame everybody who doesn't want to take part in Pride Month. That's why they want to tear down Christian values. You hear people talk about church hurt. A lot of times it's not, sometimes it's legit, but a lot of times it's, I struggled with something. I didn't want to give it up. The church called me out on it and I couldn't deal with it. The church is supposed to do that. The church is supposed to be looking out for your spiritual well-being. And you want to say they're just judgy, they're just looking down on us, they just want to hate. That's just what they want to do. They want to hate when they don't understand. It's such a difficult thing to understand. They don't understand that we care and we want them to stop doing the wrong thing. We want to stop ourselves from doing the wrong thing. But so many, and this is the problem with hedonism, this is the problem with greed and lust and all those things. When you're doing it, you don't want to be, and you feel bad about it after imbibing, after partaking. You don't want to be told, if you're feeling bad, you don't want somebody else coming in there telling you shouldn't have done that. Why do you keep doing that? You want to see something happen to them. Ha! That person's no better than them. Hypocrite. If they're doing the wrong thing and it's similar to what you're doing, that still means you're doing the wrong thing. The whataboutism is ridiculous. But what about? Don't worry about that. You do the right thing. You listen. You don't fall in, you don't follow those folks. You don't let them get their claws into you and pull you down. Don't let them get their hooks into you. That's what I was thinking of. Let them get their hooks into you and pull you down. You've already probably got other things that you're dealing with. And the things that you are dealing with, you know it. So don't let other people pull you down. The folks that are actively trying to pull you down, you probably cannot pull them up. You have got to get yourself unhooked, untangled, and free of it before you can help anybody else without risking getting sucked down in and joining them and lost. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep until they make someone stumble and fall. You are a target. If you are doing the right thing, you are a target. Not a target to everybody, but you are a target from somebody. They eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. I like that little foreshadowing of the bread of of Christ coming and breaking his bread. This is my body. This is broken. And this is my blood that is spilt to wash away sins where there's wickedness and violence. But the path of the just, the righteous, is like the light of dawn that shines brighter and brighter until it reaches its full strength and glory in the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. When you are wicked, everything, I guess, all the world and the natural order of the of wickedness it's just there. So why not? You're already down there in the mud. Why not continue to be dirty, right? You don't know how bad it is. My son, pay attention to my words and be willing to learn. Open your ears to my sayings. Us talking again, God talking to us, Solomon talking to his people, talking to us. Father, a mother talking to their child. Listen, I have these things, and I know you're not going to, I know you're going to listen and you're going to hear some of it. I know you're going to apply it maybe some of the time. This is me trying to get it, trying to impress it upon you. Do not let them escape from your sight. Keep them in the center of your heart. The sayings, these proverbs, these commandments of God. For they are life to those who find them and healing and health to all their flesh. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life. Put away from you a deceitful, lying, and misleading mouth, and put devious lips far from you. Eyes look directly ahead toward the path of moral courage, and let your gaze be fixed straight in front of you toward the path of integrity. Consider well and watch carefully the path of your feet, and all your ways will be steadfast and sure. Do not turn away to the left, right, nor to the left, where evil may lurk. Turn your foot from the path of evil. Careful, discerning, thoughtful, prayerful, mindful, measured action that does not give in to the extreme. Keep your eyes ahead, and keep the main thing the main thing. It's important, and it's basic, and it's easy to pick up. It's easy for us to look at this and go, yeah, apply it, and then realize, oh gosh, it's such a it's work. Some things come easy to us, other things not so much. Blaine said having wisdom also didn't mean you made the right choice. You make the right choice. Solomon had wisdom. He didn't make the right choice a couple of times, a couple of thousand times. One woman, Solomon. Having wisdom and applying wisdom, two different things. But making the right choice and learning from it, and making the wrong choice and learning from it. Important. Praying on it. Considering it. Discernment. Words that we're going to hear all throughout this next the next what 26 Proverbs. We're still covering how many Proverbs? 31, 37 Proverbs that we have left. And there you have it. Hope your weekend was good. These Psalms are important. These Proverbs are important. The Psalms are important as well. Proverbs are important. And man, I love how it's written down. That man said, actually, that's not Solomon. The word for wisdom in Hebrew is female. Oh, like Espanol has a la, whatever, and an L for la's for the feminine and L is for the masculine. Look, I'm not saying that it wasn't Solomon. I'm just saying that Solomon probably didn't have any argument. Women would? Vertex said, I thought it was Chomka in capital letters. I have no idea. I'm not a theologian. I'm not a biblical scholar. I'm just a guy with a microphone and a channel and a lot of good folks tuning in and telling me that this show means something to y'all. Blaine, Veritex, Thad, Gemineer, Alias, Alex, Jenny, Carl, who we know and love. I love that name. Nico, Dresden. There you go. So can't argue with Solomon. He's got that gin controlling ring. He's got look. He's got the wired. He's got the update. He's got the software update from God. I'm downloading some knowledge on you. He's just copy and pasting it. Thank you guys for tuning in, being part of the chat. You guys, especially, like I said, treating this like a small group, coming in, and not only that, getting to the point where you're comfortable saying, "Hey, got some stuff bothering me. Hey, just gonna put my feet up while I'm listening. Hey, what do you got for us tonight? Oh, Stuart, did you know? By the way, Stuart, hey, also, let me add to that. It's all great, buddy. It's all great, folks. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it deeply. Y'all are more than just words on a screen to me. And y'all are definitely more than just words on a stream or in a chat for the stream. Short stream today, Nico? Yeah, we're about an hour. About an hour. That's about average for this. But again, one proverb a night is filling it up pretty nicely right now. So we'll see. To everybody who is not commenting in the chat and just listening, that's fine. I invite you to join the chat. I would encourage you to be part of the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. But really, I'm just fine with the fact that you found a place that you can come to night in and night out. And just you get whatever content you're looking for, where that feels right. To everybody who is catching this on replay, thank you for tuning in. Sorry I missed you. I hope to catch you live sometime soon. But everybody, have a great night and God bless.